Hello, I'm Reg,
And I'm Anne.
and we are Green Flags. How's it going, Anne?
It's going well. How about you, Reg? How was your day?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
In fact, we have a brand new feature on our website at greenflagsonly.com. We're doing $20 in 20 minutes so you can make a meal for that special person that we hope that you've met through us. But even if you haven't, if you want that intimate setting and your pockets a little thin, we can show you how to feed the both of you, or family of four, well for $20. So look for that on our website, and we'll be doing that every couple of weeks, and we think that will help. It may not help your waistline, but hopefully it will help your love interest.
So tonight, Reg made us, and it was actually 5 of us. You cooked for 5 people
I
for
did.
$20. He made fettuccine Alfredo with chicken and spinach, and it was phenomenal. It was so good. And he even included dessert. It was a bunch of fresh berries, strawberries, was it nectarines?
And it was strawberries, peaches,
Blueberries,
and it was a balsamic and honey drizzle
which is
with a little
delicious.
with a little bit of mint.
Fresh mint.
Yes.
So good.
So go on the website, and you can see me doing it. You can actually see me. Big deal on that, but maybe it'll help you. And periodically, we will have these meal things because we realize that food's expensive and raising families are expensive, and that's a stressor. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about good mental health, the things you can do to get you in a better space. And as always, as Anne and I have always pointed out, we're not therapists, we're not psychologists, but we have lived a good while, and we realize things are going to happen.
Yes.
So with that, here's Anne.
So I wanted to come up with some questions that you can ask yourself to kind of judge where you are in your mental health. It's not a full list, but they're just some things to make you think, things to consider. So one of the questions is, do you have a feeling of meaningfulness and purpose in your life? Do you find purpose in your job, in your family, in your friends, in your hobbies? Is there something that gives you that feeling of meaningfulness?
Are you talking to me?
I am. I'm looking at you.
I think that I've told my listeners on my TikTok page is either you learn the lesson or you continue to repeat it. I think that what we're doing right now is that we're pooling our experiences to share with the general public. I think that gives my life meaning at this stage of my life, is that I've made a lot of mistakes. Some were my fault, some weren't, but that's really not material. What's important is that I find a lesson to learn and I share it with people who need to learn a lesson. And I don't say that standing on the soapbox. I'm saying that no one has all the answers, and maybe we can help you with some things that you're. So for me, this gives me purpose.
I love that. Some other questions, and I'm just going to go through a couple of them. And really, it's something that you can reflect on to see where you're at with these. Are you content? Are you content with your place in life? Do you have balance? Do you end up wearing many hats and have lots of different kinds of responsibility? How do you deal with stress and adversity? And this is something Reg and I talk about a lot, is how we deal with stress and even adversity.
I look at it like, Ann and I are both big sci-fi fans. And I look at it like the, Captain Kirk and Spock scenario, is that more often than not, you can always figure something out.
And get the girl.
I'm sorry?
And get the girl.
And get the girl.
Kirk always got the girl.
And save the spaceship.
And save the day.
So yeah, I think that because we have had a wide range of experiences, that we are adept to dealing with stressful situations, and we try to figure out uh, the best solution for difficult scenarios. Sometimes, we get it right, but we always keep trying.
Absolutely. Do you feel confident? I mean, this is something that feeling having a lot of self doubt can be devastating to your mental health. Having, insecurities can be devastating to your mental health, especially if you're playing them over and again in your head. So, feeling confident and loving yourself for who you are is so critical.
I agree. Is that I think everyone, uh, regardless of your body image, has some things so that they're really not proud of. Because if you guys out in the audience will see my feet, you'd be a little disappointed. But these are things, once again, I work through because I realize as I look at my feet, no one's perfect.
Yep. And maybe even, your place in where you are in life right now. Maybe, you're trying to compete with somebody who has something that you desire or something like that. And it makes you feel uh, maybe insecure that you don't have, that place in life. So there's lots of different things that people can feel self conscious about and have a lack of confidence about. And making peace with where you are in life and remembering to be grateful for what you have. How do you adapt to new changes? This is a big one for me. I hate change. I hate it with a passion. I mean, even I'll tell you a story. So maybe like many years ago, I bought my dream car. I told myself when my boys turn 18 and I'm not chauffeur anymore, I am going to buy my dream car. And so I bought my dream car and I hated it. I hated it. And I'm like, why am I not happy with this? And it was because of the change. Like I couldn't find how to turn the lights on and I couldn't find where the windshield wipers were. And it was the change. I think it took me several months to really love that car. And it was all about the change, even though it was something I wanted.
Well, see, hey, and you should have got the superhero costume first before you bought the Batmobile.
Aw.
That's, but from my military background, I don't really have a problem adapting to change. And again, it depends on what it is. But even if it's in an adverse situation, I have been taught, trained, however you want to look at it, is that I'm always going to prevail.
Hmm.
Because over the last 5 years, I've had some significant changes with, you know, family dynamics changing and, you know, uh, job changing, even moving from one part of the country to the other. But I think that for me, uh, I see change as an opportunity to, branch out and learn something different and be something different if you have to be. Not out of my core values. Don't get
Hmm.
me wrong here, but it gives me an opportunity to, for
Learn
example,
something new.
yeah, since we're out in Nevada, I've always wanted to live out west, and I don't regret it because there's so many things to do out here and see, and yeah, so that's how I deal with it. I'm like, okay, change is inevitable. Let's just figure out how we make it work for us.
Hmm. And I think for me, Reg, I grew up where everything changed regularly. We moved countries, I moved schools, I lost friends, I made friends. I mean things changed so much in my childhood that when I found stability in my situation, I just cling to that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why change can be challenging for me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Do you have fulfilling relationships?
Right now, I would have to say no. However, I have not given up hope. I'm still in a self recovery mode. I've been divorced for a number of years, and I have to battle with those demons of trust issues and uh, trying to get people to know me and vice versa. The beauty about aging is that, I'm not trying to force myself into a round hole when I'm a square peg.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult sometimes because my personality is a little, what would you say, aggressive?
Can be.
Yes.
Can
Uh,
be.
and I think some people find that off-putting, and that's okay. I understand that. So no,
I would say passionate, Reg.
I like that.
Yes.
I like to spin on that.
Let's spin it.
Yeah, I like to spin on that. I, you know, you never have to wonder what I think about a certain thing. All you have to do is ask me. For me personally, I think
Actually, all you have to do is look at his face.
that's true because I'm a hard on the sleeve guy. I never learned how to have a poker face.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that's something that I people should find to be refreshing, but a lot of people don't like that. They don't because they're trying to mask something or
They want it sugar coated.
yes, and I have not learned that, but I think I'm getting better.
Reg is an anti-sugar guy.
Yeah. What you know what I've learned, and I've learned to like to put like some rubber coating on the hammer before you start bashing them. So okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right. So, those are kind of questions again, that's not by any means a full list of the questions that you can contemplate, but things to consider. I mean, bad things are going to happen to everybody at any time. And having good mental health helps you deal with conflict, helps you deal with stress, and even loss. So there are different ways that you can help your mental health. And we really wanted to focus this pod on talking about some of the different ways that you can use to improve your mental health, to keep your mental health healthy. You knew I was going to say
I
that,
did.
huh? And share with you some of the things that maybe we do. So number one, I think this is crucial, having someone in your corner that is a good listener, that's trustworthy, and is not going to judge you.
And I'm going to get on my soapbox. I'm going to toot your horn now. Anne is a great listener. Is that we have talked about a wide variety of topics, some uncomfortable, and she's got dimples on both sides of her face. And when she wants to say something, she'll just tighten her lips and she'll just sit there and listen. And there's no judgment. She'll let you get it all out. And she may ask you a follow-up question, but she won't call you out like, oh, that's wrong. And, you
No,
should think like that. No, she never does that. So I appreciate her friendship because she gives me a sounding board and I know that it's not going to end up smacking me in the face.
exactly. And it's funny, Reg, because sometimes when we talk and I'm listening to you, just the fact of you hearing what you're saying helps you form how you're going to approach things. Like when you start talking about something, you start going, oh, okay. And sometimes saying things out loud to someone that is not going to judge you helps you realize what you're going through, what you're thinking about, that maybe it's not apparent right away.
Hmm. And for people who have a hard time articulating things, then maybe it's a good idea to start a journal. When you're at your highest or lowest point and somewhere in between, get a pen and paper. It doesn't have to be the Odyssey's out now. It doesn't have to be a Homer work. It just has to be something that you understand, that you can come back later and reflect on to make you better.
Yes. And I find that a lot of times putting things down on paper helps get them out of my mind.
Hmm.
If something I can't, I'm obsessing about something that's bothering me, just sometimes writing it out helps me have a kind of resolution to it.
Yes, because you have pointed out I am a visual person. If I'm sounding things out, then I have a mental picture already in my mind. But if I write it down or sketch it out, that gives me even more clarity, and so
Mm-hmm.
I can go forward with what I need to do or what I don't need to do.
Yep, exactly. And helps you prioritize things.
Hmm.
Another idea is to join a group, something that you're interested in, or maybe spend some time volunteering. Um, I joined a pottery class last summer. It was definitely something I wanted to up my skill in, and I met some incredible people, and it became something I really looked forward to going to. Or volunteering, sometimes giving gives you more than you expected.
I have a FYP on TikTok with a lot more followers than I ever imagined.
I don't know what FYP is. What is the FYP?
That's the acronym for your page on
Ah,
TikTok.
okay. See, I'm learning.
18,000 followers, and I have interactions with people every day that have issues just like I do, and I'm really surprised that they come to me and they ask for advice, and I try to give the best advice that I can, and I send them positivity, and that for me constitute joining the group because these people
Yes.
are literally from all around the world. I
Yep.
see Greece, Croatia, Ukraine, uh, everywhere.
That's
Lots of places
awesome.
in Europe, um, and I find that helpful because as they're explaining their problems, I realize that my problems aren't as severe as I may have believed.
Mhm. Another idea is to smile and make small chat with people that you cross paths with. I love when I'm in the grocery store
Mhm.
and somebody asks me a question and they're smiling or they pay me a compliment. It really lifts my day. And sometimes I'll just be walking around, someone will be like, "Hey, I love your Doc Martens," or whatever, and I'm just like, wow, like somebody. It is an act of courage to talk to a stranger sometimes, especially, um, you know, I feel like more nowadays than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom, who
Ooh.
is the sweetest lady you will ever meet, she used to have a little pup, and she used to take the pup to the park every single day, and she knew everybody's story that went in the park. I'd go walking with her, and she'd be like, "Oh, that lady has two daughters, and one of her daughters lives in Mexico," and she knew everybody's story because she shows such genuine interest. When I go to Starbucks with her, everybody knows her. Hi, Terry, as soon as she walks in the door, and they have her regular drink ready to go, and I'm like, what the heck?
See, I know that's true because the first time I met her, she bought me a cookie.
Aw, from Starbucks.
Yeah, yeah, and I never forgot that. And I try when I go to the grocery store or anyone that's in the service business to try to put a little extra sugar because they deal with people that are just so mean and bitter these days. I
True.
tell them I appreciate it, and we'd be starving if it wasn't for them. Just to try to put a little smile on their face. I was talking to a lady in the grocery store today, and we were just talking about the food, and I was like, well, I'm getting up there, and it's kind of hard to get out of bed. And she was like, tell me about it. And then she told me how old she was, and I told her how old I was, and she was just like, yeah, I got nothing on you. So, and we laughed because it's all about creating a human experience, and
Exactly.
that really, for me, that really does help my mental health.
Yeah, I agree. For me too. I mean, I do compliment people when I see something like a purse or a jacket. I always try to make a point to compliment them because I know how good it feels when somebody does that for me.
In fact, remember when we went to the steakhouse a couple of weeks ago? Is it Fuego del whatever it
Oh
is?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I was every time they come by, I would just say something complimentary, and eventually a whole gaggle of them came by. They gave us some coupons for free
They
dessert.
did.
Yeah.
They did. And, it made them so you could see the brightness in their eyes
Mm-hmm.
when you were paying them a compliment. And, the service was excellent. The food was excellent. There's
Mm-hmm.
no reason not to compliment it. But even when it's not excellent, just to lift people's spirits, you can say, thank you so much. This is so great, and it makes them feel better. And in return, when you see their smile, it can help you feel
Yeah.
better as
In,
well.
in fact, when I got the bill, I felt real happy.
What are you saying, Reg? That was my birthday dinner.
I know. I think they cut. I think they shaved a little bit off the price.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So again, smile, make somebody's day. Another thing is to stay active. So really, physical activity releases endorphins. I personally am not a gym rat. I am not a fan of the gym, but I do have dogs to walk, and I do. And right next to my house, there's this amazing pool that when you walk in, it's like one of those infinity pools,
Mm.
and it's like the sound of water. You constantly hear the sound of water. And I swim, and it's like meditation to me. I come out of the pool feeling so great. Like when I'm swimming, I don't, some people have headsets in. I don't play any music. I'm just alone in my thoughts. I prioritize my, what's important to me. It helps me like put things in perspective. It's really meditation for me.
And see, for me, I'm not a gym rat, but I do exercise 4 5 times a week. I put my monster earbuds on, and I just keep saying to myself, when I'm 90 years old, no one's going to be pushing me around in a hover chair.
Yes.
And if I have a stressful day, by the time I'm done, if I've done it correctly, that stress is gone because I'm too tired to get stressed about anything. And it keeps me relatively young. At least that's what I would like to believe.
Absolutely. And like today was 113 degrees or something and crazy in Vegas. And, you know, go to the air conditioner mall and go window shopping. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many opportunities to just get out and stay active. And it really boosts your brain endorphins.
Now, while we're talking to you guys, we're sitting up in my little landing in my house, and I've got like 5 guitars here. I've been playing guitar since I was 17. I'm not the greatest guitar, but I'm fairly decent. But it gives me joy. You know, uh, before I go to bed at night, I will come out and play some things, and my cat Ashley will plop down there because she's always the harshest critic. If I see her tail flopping back and forth, she likes it. If she runs downstairs, she's like, "Dude, pick something else because I'm not feeling
Nope,
it."
that's not working
But
for me.
but it gives me an opportunity to turn inwards and focus on other things. And I think that sidebar but related, I think that a lot of children these days would benefit from art and music and that sort of thing because uh, for me, it just calms me down. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
angry about something, I'll play some Hendrix or Leonard Skinner or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And before I know it, I'm like, what was I angry about? I can't even remember.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Find your joy. What is it that brings you happiness? Um, Even you can keep a journal, a joy journal. I mean, I had one for years. Making self care a priority. So take your time, take you time, get a face mask. It doesn't have to be expensive. They sell these dollar face masks at I don't know where, Amazon, I think I bought mine at. And just, I put my feet up, put a face mask on my face, and, you know, it feels great.
I, I, I still have to thank you for the big TV scenario. Maybe we talked about that before, but when I moved to this place, I was going to get a little TV, and the wall downstairs is like a huge wall. And I'm thinking, well, I'd like a really, really big TV, but I'm not sure if I can afford it. And then she did the dimple thing again and was like, "You're going to get that TV." And I'm like,
I know
"Why?"
you can afford it
Yeah,
and you deserve it.
yeah. And so I did. And you know what? I enjoyed the hell out of that TV.
Yeah.
I think about you every time I turn it on now.
Oh, thank you. All right. Another one is to use your common senses. So this is getting a scented candle, having some fresh flowers for no reason, create a new favorite song track, pet your pet. you know, just the senses that you have, sometimes stimulating those can really be a boost to your mental health.
Hmm. You know, we were talking about that before we came on air. Is that I've started a routine where I listen to meditation music at night and in the morning. And my cat Ashley, she's a smart cat. Sometimes I wonder if this isn't an alien and not an actual cat.
In disguise,
Yeah,
yes.
because when I wake up, the first thing I will do is turn that meditation music up, and she'll jump on the bed and she'll curl up and she'll be still. She won't make any uh, overtures like she normally does, because if I sleep too late, she will jump up in the bed and bat me in the face and run off. But she'll sit there and let me, get my 15, 20 minutes of morning meditation, and then we get up and start our day. I find that to be critical now as I start my day, because it just puts my focus on a whole different level. I'm not worried about what happened yesterday. I'm focused on what we can do today to make today even better than yesterday.
Yes.
Trying to keep it positive.
And you sleep better, right? You were
Oh,
telling me that you sleep
yes,
better because I remember you were having a hard time sleeping.
I sleep like a bear in February now. Yes.
That's awesome. All right, and that's the next one. Get enough sleep. Sleep is so crucial. Another thing you can consider is adopting a pet. So, hear me out. Pets combat depression. It is true. They provide constant companionship, they provide affection, they give you a source of unconditional love. They also encourage physical activity. They want walks. You're gonna, have a lot of activity taking care of them.
Particularly in your case, when you got dogs running with the remote in their mouths,
Yes,
and hiding stuff and jumping out back and digging holes by your olive tree.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's a little more joy than I
I'm
can
on my third repair of my sprinkler system, by
say.
the way.
Yeah, that's a little bit more joy than I can handle right now.
All right. They can provide routine. So, feeding, walking, grooming, treat time, routine and structure provide stability and really have a huge benefit and give you more control in your life.
You know, I when I first got Ashley, because Ashley's 13 years old, you know, she would jump on my chest or my stomach and sit there, and you could hear her purr. And I was reading something a couple of years ago that said that scientifically it's been proven that that purr operates at a certain frequency that actually heals you from the inside out.
Really?
Yeah, don't take my word for
No,
it.
no,
You
I
guys got
believe you.
Google it up, because I was like, what the? So sometimes when you're super stressed, and animals are really sensitive to their owners, you know, having issues out of the ordinary, so they'll just jump on you because you're like their mother or their dad, and they
Yeah.
and they want to comfort you so you
Yes.
feel better. But it actually has a scientific therapeutic effect when they do that.
And what's more than that, Reg? So, did you know that interacting with animals, even like 5 to 15 minutes, it activates the brain reward center and it gives you a calming effect and it significantly lowers stress hormones,
I did
which
not
I
know that.
find fascinating.
So do I. And now it makes sense, because when I go downstairs, before I get any coffee or food, I have to take care of Ashley. I have to make sure
Yeah.
she's got fresh water and kibble. I gotta make sure her little box is clean. And most of the time she wants to go outside to walk around. And after I've done all that, then I can take care of my stuff.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
that's the routine that she gives you.
Hmm.
And, while they also lowers the stress hormone cortisol, like I was saying, it also triggers the release of the feel good brain hormones. So, chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, which will obviously boost your mood and promote relaxation.
Yeah, because like I said, Ashley's 13 now. I can't remember how life was without her.
Yeah.
She's almost a permanent fixture. And I know pets don't last forever, and we could talk about that somewhere down the road. But while you have them, if you take care of your pet and you show them love, it's almost like a nuclear reactor because they will give it back to you 1,000 times over.
Absolutely. And also cardiovascular health. So the calming effect helps stabilize your heart rate, it reduces muscle tension, and it can lower your blood pressure.
Because you're doing it like this. Aries, come here. Aries, stop. Apollo, bring that back. Blue,
What
put
are you
it,
chewing on?
yeah, put that up, get that out of your mouth. So yeah, so you're right. That provides a lot of stimulation. I'm just not ready to get that stimulated just yet.
Okay, to be fair, Apollo is extremely well trained. Like he doesn't chew things, he doesn't steal my shoes. I have no problems with Apollo.
He's the best dog.
He is an amazing dog. But Aries, being a puppy, he loves to hide under my bed. And what he doesn't realize is now he's like 60 pounds. And the space between my floor and the top of my bed frame is getting smaller and smaller
Yeah,
for
he's gonna.
him. So today he was under my bed and I'm like, come on, we gotta go. And he's trying so hard to get out from under my bed. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to take my whole bed apart.
So you're gonna have to get one of those liquor barrels like the Saint Bernards because he's gonna be like maroon down there.
Oh, yeah. So truly, even though right now we're going through the puppy phase, he brings me so much joy. I am laughing all the time with him because he's very clumsy. You know, he's got the puppy clumsy, but now he's like 60 pounds and clumsy.
Ooh,
And
man,
I'm like, oh, sweetheart, we got to be
that, you
careful.
know, even though he is rambunctious and have a lot of energy, those are all really good dogs. Even Blue, who bonks me with his toys in the face, and he looks at me and runs off. But he's a good dog. He doesn't mean any harm. He's just a what do you call it? Delinquent malcontent.
So
Yeah.
Blue is my son's dog who's staying with me right now, and he's such a little guy. He's just the littlest guy. But when somebody comes to my door, you would think standing on the other side of the door, he's like the German Shepherd 100 pound because he's ferocious. And I'm like, he's just a little guy trying to be brave. I just love him so much. He tries so hard to be brave.
So folks, you see, there's a lot of things that you can do to improve your mental health. It doesn't take a lot of money. Now, if you do have serious issues, once again, we're not therapists. Uh, Seek some professional help.
Absolutely. Do not be afraid to seek professional help. Nowadays, it's so easy. I mean, they have online therapy, they have in person therapy. There's so many different ways to meet where you're at. Um, there's so many different options, but really, there's no shame in taking care of your mental health.
Mm-mm.
Instead, it's something to be proud of.
I agree. You know, at the end of my military experience, I had some issues with PTSD, and I had to get some help. Uh, and it was no big deal when I told them that I was struggling with a few things. It wasn't. It was not a big deal. I got a pat on the shoulder and was like, "I'm glad you came in." And now I don't need those things because at the time I did not have any mechanisms to learn how to cope with things that had happened in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't need all that other stuff because I've got my music, I've got my cat, I've got I can work out where I live. There's literally 100 miles of trails if you want to walk. Now I don't think I'm going to walk 100 miles, but I can walk
Or in the
down.
100-degree weather.
Yeah, but I can walk a little bit to blow off some steam. So there's a lot of ways that you can do it, uh, tailored to your personality. Uh, don't let anybody tell you that you don't need any help. Only you can decide that. If
Absolutely.
you feel like that something is out of whack, it probably is, and it's a good idea. Just take it from me. to get some professional help before it becomes a real problem.
Yep. Several years ago, I usually avoid the strip in Vegas on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said I'm never going to do that because they shut the strip down and you're stuck there all night.
Mm-hmm.
But Imagine Dragons, one of my favorite bands, was playing on the strip on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, okay, let's do this. So I went to the concert, and in the middle of the concert, he stopped. The lead singer stopped, and he gave a whole spiel about mental health, about how he struggled with it. He was ashamed to ask for help. And when he finally did ask for help, it really helped him. And he wanted everyone to know there's no shame in asking for help. And I could not agree more. And I was so proud to hear that conversation. I was so proud to hear him say that. I mean, it was really inspiring. And I hope, people listen. I hope people get the message, because there's help out there. It works. Sometimes just having someone to talk to, it works. And be proud to do it.
And in closing, is that we had talked about this at length earlier today. Is that this podcast and everything that we're doing is about building better relationships. But how can you build a whole healthy relationship when you yourself aren't healthy, nor are you whole?
If you're struggling, sure.
So once again, we encourage you. If you feel like that you need some help, then you probably do, and there's no shame in that. So please don't listen to me. Don't listen to Anne. Listen to
to you.
Yeah,
the person who knows you best.
Exactly. So we thank you for listening.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time. We are still looking for guests to come on our podcast and talk about their experiences. And we have a hotline that we have opened up. The numbers on the website. So please consider it. And remember, if you're afraid that you're going to be in front of 1 billion people, you're not. You'll just be talking to Anne and I.
Yes.
Everything is pre-recorded, pre-taped. And if it's something that you're not comfortable with, we won't address it, because we want to hear from you. We are trying to build a community of people that feel better about themselves and connect with other people that feel good about themselves to build healthy relationships. So thank you for listening to us, and we will see you next time. I'm Reg.
I'm Anne.
And we are Green Flags Only.
Thank you so much.